When you're in your 20s and your 30s, fear goes, you're too young. You don't have enough experience. No one would listen to you. But then you hit like late 30s and fear goes, you missed your shot. It's too late. You missed your moment. And you want to say to fear, when was I the perfect age to do this? As if fear would go, there were 10 minutes when you were 31. How do you and I retire our broken soundtracks? What does it look like for us to deliberately retire our broken soundtracks? Well, some examples of some broken soundtracks that you might have heard in the last 2 years are things like, that's not how we do things here. It's not how we do things here. I've heard this one dozens of times from sales teams in particular. I've spoken to a lot of sales teams. They've said, John, if you get me in a room, I close the room. I'm a need person. I'm an in-person person. I'm the queen of coffee drop-off. I've got all these accounts I service, and I pick up the coffee and donuts, and I work the room. And then all of a sudden, the room was off limits. The room became illegal. And they'd say, I can't do this. I mean, I can't do Zoom. I can't do WebEx. I can't do Microsoft Teams. This isn't what we're supposed to do. That's not how we do things here. You've maybe heard that one before in your own life. That's not how we do things here. How about this one? There's never been a day that turned out the way it was scheduled. So why do we talk about the schedule? I heard that one from a big dental practice, huge dental practice. And the hygienists were frustrated because the schedule there was different every day. They couldn't plan for an 8-year-old to chip his tooth at a baseball game. And so they'd go, why do we even bother? And that's a huge soundtrack of apathy. Why do we even bother? We never reach our goals. So why do we set them? Now, if you want to identify a broken soundtrack in your own life, I'll give you a 30-second activity. It takes 30 seconds. You can do it later today. All you do to figure out if you have a broken soundtrack is write down a goal, write down a dream, write down a hope. It can be anything. It can be, I want to grow my business. It can be, I want to turn a hobby into a side hustle. It can be, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to run a 5K. I want to move to a different city. I want to date more. I want to date my spouse more. It can be anything. Write it down and then listen to the first thoughts that come next. Listen to your reaction, because every reaction is an education. Are your first thoughts after seeing that goal, well, you should do that. You'd be amazing at that. You're so qualified to do that. Or are they the opposite? Who are you to do that? You don't have the ability to do that. You always promise yourself you'll do stuff and you never follow through. Which way are it? And what's interesting is fear will argue both sides of the coin. When you're in your 20s and your 30s, fear goes, you're too young. You don't have enough experience. No one would listen to you. But then you hit like late 30s and fear goes, you missed your shot. It's too late. You missed your moment. And you want to say to fear, when was I the perfect age to do this? As if fear would go, there were 10 minutes when you were 31. It was in October. It was a Tuesday. It would have been perfect. So listen to your reaction.